Here we go, Week 2 NFL gambling show, the Hardline. Michael Merlo, John Michael Masiri. JM is back from
back
his
in
trip.
the seat, all right?
Yeah, he's back.
Not letting Joe steal my thunder for too long, you know?
Joe, really? Joe was a hit with the fans.
Yeah.
A lot of views on the last episode.
I might be in jeopardy. I don't know what's going on, bro.
Everybody loved Joe.
Yeah.
We thank Joe again for sitting in. But we're here for the gambling show. Interesting week last week. JM kind of got screwed with one of the picks. I technically got screwed too. I had the same one. But your 3-star losers with the Titans blowing that lead.
Will Levis, was like, okay, I'm going to just lose this game now. Like, that was as close to purposely losing a game I think I've ever seen. That needs to be investigated.
Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. And that was very frustrating because I took your advice. I'm like, JM, he won last year. I trust it. I like the pick. Not only did I say I'm going to bet the Titans.
Right.
I bet the Titans money line.
Yeah.
Like, that was the bet in the game.
Yeah.
But the spread lost, too. I took the Titans money line, and they blow that lead, and I was counting my money already. That was a heartbreaker. But my 3-star hit last week, the Colts plus the 2.5, and my 1-star, the Steelers, which I almost called you and asked if I could switch out of the Steelers, because if I could have switched out, I would have with Justin Fields starting. I did not want my money on Justin Fields.
Okay.
But he ends up covering, so that was really great.
Good thing nobody knew that if anybody took your picks, that you were even like skeptical of your own picks.
I was so skeptical of Justin Fields, I actually didn't bet the Steelers. Like, the Steelers were going to be a pretty big play for me on Sunday.
That's a sin, Mike. Not betting your own picks.
But
That's
it was
a bad
Justin
look.
Fields. I had a different quarterback playing in the game.
Yeah.
I think we should make a rule.
What's the rule?
That if we do this show Wednesdays usually or Thursday. If we make a pick Wednesday or Thursday and the starting quarterback that we originally thought was going to play, we could switch.
Yeah, that's okay.
We could switch out of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, that's a rule.
Though.
Just
not
quarterback.
like,
no.
CMC's not playing. Quarterback.
Yes, quarterback. If the starting quarterback that you thought was originally playing.
But I also think it's got to be you got to see it. It's got to be like you didn't see it coming at all.
Okay.
Like you can't be like Russ is questionable, but I'm still going to
I didn't think there was any chance. I thought Russ was going to play.
Wasn't that in?
He was hurt, but it wasn't like he was on the injury report. So it wasn't like this guarantee that he wasn't playing.
Yeah, see, that's on you, bro. He's on the injury report.
So if he's on the injury report, we can't switch it.
We'll come up with the fine print.
Yeah, I need that because I almost called you right after you landed and was like, hey, we got to switch this.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, we're going to go through a couple of the primetime games before we get to our picks, and we're going to give a touchdown parlay at the end. Yeah. We came close on the yards parlay last week. I think Ferguson, who got hurt, left in the third quarter of that game, kind of screwed us there. So we're going to hit the touchdown parlay. We'll give that at the end in our star picks, of course. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about the big games this week. We'll start in Kansas City. The Cincinnati Bengals travel there. The Kansas City Chiefs are 5.5-point favorites. This one's been bet down a little bit, so it's been hanging around 6, 5.5. Yeah, I'm going to say this. As much as I'm a little bit worried about this Bengals team, and we know how great the Chiefs are, and I think I'm on an island here, I was shocked with how high it was. I thought this would be a little bit lower, kind of where the Ravens spread was, maybe 4, 4.5. When this opened 6, 5.5, I was shocked.
Well, I was going to say, if this was a week 1 game, where do you think this line
I think it's probably 4, 4.5.
I was going to say 4 at the most. I think, 4, 3.5, something like that. Kansas City it looked really good last week against Baltimore, and obviously we know how bad Cincinnati looked, but this is one of those games where I expect it to be held close. Like, the Chiefs are very good, but rarely do the Chiefs go up against great teams or good teams and blow them out of the water. As if it's, like 2 years ago or last year when Chicago came in with Justin Fields and it was like, they were panning to Taylor Swift every other play because they put up like 45 points.
That was our first game.
That's a different story. Yeah. But I do expect this game to be held pretty closely, and I think Cincinnati's got a shot. They're the only team that's really had the Chiefs, I don't want to say had their number, but proven that they could beat the Chiefs in the regular season, in the postseason, in Arrowhead, at home, wherever.
So we put a video out the other day of me saying I think the Bengals are going to end up missing the playoffs, and you want to say that's clickbait. I'm not going to argue with you, but teams that start out 0-2, it doesn't end well for them. And while the Bengals were almost on my board at plus 5.5, because I agree, I think they're going to cover this game and keep it really close. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to win. Okay. And the stats for teams starting 0-2, it's not very good. And this is what this Bengal team, I think at least, and the books are at least telling you, like, hey, they're probably going to lose this game. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of why the video's out there. They're going to be 0-2. But I think the Bengals.
Is it bad for 0-2? Isn't it usually 0-3? Is like the kiss of death?
0-2 is pretty bad. Because the Giants start out 0-2 every year. It was like every time.
The Giants, yeah.
It was like every time you start 0-2, they give you all these stats. 0-3 is the worst. Yeah. You can't go back from 0-3.
Well, that's the thing with that game with New England. It's like, okay, you scratch that off as a win before the season even starts. And you're like, so, if we're 1-1 after Kansas City, that's all right. But, well, change of plans.
No, you're 0-2.
Jacoby Brissett, marched into
it's a bad loss.
Cincinnati and won, which is ridiculous.
And like Kansas City, they played well in the game. I didn't think they were dominant against Baltimore. Now, they've had a lot of time. It feels like an eternity since they last played, and it's only a week from at the moment we're recording this on Thursday. But they were okay in that game. They weren't overly impressive, but they get 2 weeks straight at home. They have the extra time to prepare for Cincinnati. I just think they're going to win the game, but Cincinnati's going to cover this. They're going to cover it.
So like 24, 21.
28, 24, 31, 27.
You really like these, like, I think this team is going to win, but I don't think they're going to cover a thing.
Yeah, well, I got to keep my narratives.
Like I respect that if it's within 7, 6 points, but you're like 4 points.
Okay, 5.5 is a little, 5.5 is a decently sized number. It's not like before when I was giving my star picks.
So your pick is Cincinnati, but don't take money line.
I wouldn't take the Cincinnati money line.
Well, that's also what I'm saying. So I'm making fun of you, but I'm doing the same exact thing. Take Cincinnati, but don't take the money line.
I don't know. I think if I gamble on the game, I'll probably sprinkle the money line.
Right. I'm not going to touch the game personally,
but I will bet.
It's not on my board, obviously.
I will bet Cincinnati 5.5.
Okay.
I'll bet them 5.5. And then it's like they're a team that can win the game, though. It's a different scenario. Because talking about an elite quarterback that has, played well in that building against that team. So this is a completely different scenario where they're a pretty decently sized underdog and there's been a lot going on. Maybe I do just sprinkle on the money line as well. Yeah. But I don't think they're going to win the game.
Right.
But in the off chance they do, I'll have it.
Okay.
Interesting situation.
That's solid. Solid logic.
It's not like betting on a regular team.
So we're both on Cincinnati. Agreed?
Yeah, but it's not like betting on a regular team that's a regular 5.5 point spread.
Right.
It's different situation.
5.5 is a big enough number to bet that, but not take the money line. 100%.
All right.
Once I get under 4, then I'm taking the money line if I'm betting the underdog to cover.
This is an interesting game here on Sunday night. And I think it has blowout potential. The Bears and the Texans. I think this has blowout potential. 6.5 point favorites. The Texans are at home. Texans home opener. A lot of juice in that building. Caleb didn't look that great. I know the public's going to be all over the Texans here. The Texans are going to be a public darling, and it's a primetime game. You should probably bet the Bears, but I can't. I can't yet. I got to see
watching this primetime game right now.
You know, you gotta. I think you just got to bet the Texans.
No, you cannot bet the Bears. Either don't bet or bet the Texans. You can't bet the Bears.
I can't bet the Bears yet. The defense is good, though. That's the thing. The defense is good.
The defense is good. You did just play Will Levis at home.
I don't really care who you beat. When the defense legitimately wins you a football game, and I understand the level of competition is crazy. It's a crazy difference. But they legitimately won them a football game.
Yeah.
That says something. They were good at the end of the year last year.
No, it's a good defense. I'm not saying it's a bad defense at all. I agree with you. So I don't know if they're like go on the road and make up for a rookie quarterback making his primetime road debut and cover all that up on defense to keep it as a close game. Like I could see this easily being like, not a close game throughout, and then the defense is just getting winded because they're on the field so much, and the Texans end up pulling away and winning this game by 14 points at the end.
All right, I'll go my original. Texans are going to cover the spread. They're going to win by a touchdown.
I 100%.
So we both agree. We're going to agree on the Monday night 100%. Game too.
I don't know if we will.
You would like to see Caleb play a little better, though.
Yeah.
We'd like to see that.
Yeah.
We're both believers in Caleb.
Yep.
You know what's funny? I keep thinking they lost the game. Like in my head, this is the third time I've done this now where I said, "Wow, I think the Bears are going to make the playoffs, but they're 0-2."
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming they're losing this game, and I'm having this assumption that they lost on week 1. But then I forgot Will Levis breathes. Yeah. So,
that is
terrible.
The worst pick six I've seen in a while. Actually, this one that Tua had tonight was bad. But
that was a bad one.
That pick six, Will Levis. Oof.
It doesn't get worse. God. When they teach you how to play quarterback, they put that on the board and they say, "This is what you don't do."
Exactly.
That's don't play like Will.
Rookie young quarterback. Never do that ever again.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting year for the Titans because they're gonna have to see whether or not they're drafting a quarterback if they play so poorly this year. If anything, any indication on week 1.
Yes.
But yeah, we both like the Texans. I'm not it's an interesting game, but I'm not juiced up for it. No. Like last week, I'm juiced up to watch Rams Lions. I can't wait.
I wouldn't say juiced up, but I think it could be an exciting, fun game.
It could be an exciting,
fun quarterback
game
matchup.
But I'm not like, oh my god, I get to watch this game tonight. Yay!
I will be intensely watching the game. I won't be distracted watching.
But it's not a.
No, but those primetime games you put on, your Steelers versus blah, blah, blah. I love how we just use the Steelers as the de facto nobody wants to watch this team. But,
we do.
Those games where you're kind of on your phone, kind of watching the game. Yeah. I will be attention will be fully on this game.
There we go. Sunday Night Football, Bears at Texans. All right, the Monday night game, the Falcons will travel to Philadelphia and play the Eagles. Yeah. Eagles are 6.5-point favorites.
Yeah, they're going to cover.
I actually think this is blowout.
Yeah. So we agree again?
Yeah, I told you we were going to agree.
I thought you were going to be on the other side because you're Mr. Falcons.
So, again, this is what we have to think. Okay, first of all, I'm really worried about the Falcons.
Yeah.
Second of all,
Kirk Cousins specifically.
Just Kirk Cousins. Yeah. Everything else looks fine.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about the Texans take, the Falcons take, excuse me. I'm really worried about that. But
13,
the one thing
12, 13 wins with the loss of the Steelers already.
The one thing that I will not barge from is that, and I said this on the last gambling show.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to bet against the Falcons a lot.
Okay.
But I just think they're going to win close and ugly. They're going to be one of those lucky teams. I'm trying to think of the team from last year. Remember the Vikings 2 years ago? I think it'll be the Vikings 2 years ago.
All right, well, do you think Kirk's got another lucky season though?
Yeah, I think it's going to be where they don't really cover spreads, but they're winning a lot of games.
That offense was, Kirk, but I shouldn't even say that offense because John, what's his face? Bijan looked good. Kirk, though, a lot of red flags from the other game.
Listen,
it's his first game back.
I think the nails in the coffin. I just saw a video today of him practicing.
But it's not
he can't move.
It's not like he is coming off of an Aaron Rodgers thing where he hasn't played in 2 years. He just played last year.
He can't move. Yeah. It's bad. Yeah, it's really bad.
Good. It's not what you want.
Your brother.
This is Eagles
They're
gonna run the ball down their throat. They're going to do whatever they want on offense, I think.
Wow.
Honestly, at home in this primetime game. Not whatever they want, but they will score 30-plus points, and this defense will not give up more than 20.
This is 31, 14, 13. Yeah. This is a bad loss for the Falcons.
I'm cool with that.
Eagles are going to kill this
Take
team.
it easy.
They're going to kill them.
So we agree on all the primetime games.
Yes.
You don't know my board yet.
I don't know. You know my board.
I know yours, and I'm forgetting if I'm going against any of your picks. I don't think so, but we don't have – our boards are different, contrary to last week. They're not, overlapping.
Can I give a bonus pick?
The over in the Rams-Cardinals game?
No, 2 bonus picks, sorry.
You go.
I will not give this pick out, but bet the Panthers. And I will not give this pick out. But actually, I would give this pick out. The last team on the board that missed the board was the Packers with Malik Willis. They're going to cover that spread. They're going to be sneaky in that game.
What are we doing, Mike?
They might win that game.
What are we doing?
That was almost on the board.
You're just reverting back to 2023, Merlo, with the gross quarterback picks. And
wait till we get to the stars.
Oh,
JM, I won last week, so I'm going to go second. You're going to go first.
I'm going to go first. Okay. Michael, the 1-star pick is a game that we already discussed. First time on the gambling show. We're bringing up a primetime game.
Oh, my God.
Relax. I have the Houston Texans -6.5 as my 1-star pick. Like we discussed, this has blowout potential, just like the Monday night Eagles-Falcons matchup. This time we're going Sunday Night Football. CJ Stroud, the Texans, we know that I went out on a limb this offseason and said that they're going to have a disappointing season and miss the playoffs. I'm still standing by that statement, even though the Jaguars, oh man, did they piss me off last week. But regardless of how I think the Texans are going to finish up, it's Caleb Williams on the road as a rookie in his first road matchup of his life, first primetime game of his life. This has Texans blowout material all over it, and expect another good week out of Joe Mixon.
So he goes back to the well of betting against the rookie quarterback.
Because listen, Titans last week couldn't really pass the ball like a lot of teams in the NFL, but Tony Pollard had a nice day. And Joe Mixon's coming off a freaking 30 carry, like 160-yard day.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have another nice week.
Respect to you.
Thank you, Mike.
Respect to you.
What's your 1-star, bro?
My 1-star is the Cowboys.
Nice.
Cowboys -6.5. This game is never going to be close. The Saints are a really bad football team that just got lucky to play the Panthers week 1. Okay, I really don't have any gambling numbers to back this up other than Dallas is really good at covering spreads of more than 6 at home. They're 6.5. I need you to just go back in time, like the past few years, and think about Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys at home against a lesser opponent, and they're a pretty big spread.
Yeah.
They usually cover these every single time.
Yeah.
This is a
good
fraudulent team that shouldn't have won by 37. They'll never win a game by 37 again. They're a really bad football team, the Saints. Dennis Allen will be the first coach fired, and they got really lucky last week. They're not going to be close in this game. The Dallas Cowboys smoke the New Orleans Saints. I want to try and find the stat actually for how good Dak and the Cowboys are covering these big spreads at home. So I'm filibustering right now because I have to find it. Mike McCarthy is 21-13 against the spread in the first 2 weeks of the year. That's not what I want.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I came on this show last week with all these stats and stuff, and all of them just got, trumped.
Right.
I mean,
Prescott's really good as a favorite. He's 50-37. And he's 27-13 as a favorite since 2021.
Okay, Mike. All good?
Oh, I'm good.
2-star. Feeling juicy on this 2-star, okay? Mike, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. The Washington Commanders -1.5 are my 2-star pick. I'm getting a head shake. That's insane. Disgusting. Some of the games that are going to be on your board, bro. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for the fans, but I mean, please. You want to gouge your eyes out when you're looking at his 2-star or 3-star. Listen, guys. The New York Giants are a bad football team. Bad football team. The Washington Commanders are a bad football team. This is a competition of two bad teams. One team is significantly worse, though, than the other, and that is the New York Giants. The New York Giants are terrible. The Commanders are just bad. So I like Jaden Daniels making his home debut. Contrary to what I said about Caleb Williams, now I like a rookie quarterback to cover a spread. I like Jaden Daniels to get it done at 1.5 at home. That is this number is making me shake my head. They should be 3.5. Why are we considering a home team 1.5 point favorites over the New York Giants? It is absolutely insane. Do not tell me you're going to do the other. You're going to go on the other side.
That's respect to the New York
That's
Giants.
Actually, that's insane. Listen, the Giants are going to be competing for the number 1 pick this year. Daniel Jones is going to be benched by week 6. It's going to be ugly. It's not going to be a good football game. I'm going to hate myself for doing this because I'm going to have to pay attention to this game now. But this is a convincing Commanders win. They're covering the 1.5. I'm actually so mad I have to watch this game now.
I'm not going to bet it. And I obviously have to watch it. I'm a Giants fan. But actually, if you had a gun to my head and take my bias out of it, I think I'd go on the Giants.
They should really bench Daniel Jones because his whole excuse his whole career is well, he beats up on the Commanders. If he can't beat the Commanders, what else does he have going for him?
He's going to do it again this week. That's what he's going to do.
We'll see.
He owns this team. All right, guys, don't hate me. We're going to take a trip to Denver, Colorado. We're starting it off.
That's insane.
Early.
That is
Early.
insane.
We're going early this year with the Denver Broncos plus 2.5 at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This legitimately might be the grossest game on the board. This, I think it's worse than Giants Commanders. I actually think there might be points in Giants
Yeah,
Commanders.
because there might be points. Yeah, exactly.
The secondaries are so bad. Jaden Daniels could run.
Yeah.
I actually think both teams are going to put up a decent amount of points. This game, none. This game is going to be terrible. Okay? But I'm telling you, just have some money on it. Just let it sit there and don't watch it because it might be ugly at one point. But take the Broncos plus 2.5 at home. Can I tell you that Justin Fields has never been a favorite on the road? I'm actually crying thinking about it. Justin Fields has never been a favorite on the road, okay? You think he's going to waltz into Sean Payton's home and cover 2.5? Okay. Mike Tomlin is not good as a favorite. You want Tomlin as a dog. You don't want him as a favorite. Bo Nix can have a good game. Listen, all we need are a couple Justin Field turnovers, get a short field, put it in the end zone, bang.
Yeah.
This is legitimately like a 13-10 win for the Broncos.
Yeah.
This is
ISIS versus the Taliban. That's what this game is.
This is really bad. It's a really bad football game, but I'm telling you, take the Broncos. It's been bet down by the professional bettors big time. I want the home dog. I want the team that doesn't have Justin Fields as a favorite on the road, okay? Take the Broncos.
All of our listeners are going to be looking at these boards and being like, what are you guys doing?
I'm crying.
They're going to hate us.
I'm actually crying.
All right. 3-star time.
I don't know your 3-star.
I don't know if this is like good or bad when we're talking about like gross games and stuff like that, because I don't think it's going to be a good game, and it's why it's my 3-star. I think it's the biggest line on the board. I got the Baltimore Ravens coming off a mini bye week against the Oakland Raiders at home, covering an 8.5-point spread. Yeah, Mike, this is like, you want to talk about Dallas Cowboys at home, like beating up on opponents. That's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. Pissed off about last week in Kansas City, Isaiah likely being out by a toe. Raiders are bad. Raiders looked real bad last week. Quarterback play is bad. Ravens defense is going to shut their offense down. Zamir White, I mean, really, Mike? I mean, you know, as a proud Zamir White fantasy owner yourself.
He's a good player.
Bad debut the other day.
Yeah, we like him.
Yeah, I got this as like 30. I'll say 31-10 Ravens. Well, that's actually ironic because that's the score of the Bills-Dolphins game right now. But I'm going to go out on a limb, say 31-10 Ravens. Easy cover. The Ravens blew out a lot of teams at home last year, and they're going to do it again. It's a much lesser opponent. Baltimore Ravens, congrats on your first win of the year. Easy peasy.
Yeah, Mike, I love it. I love the Ravens there. It's a good spot for them.
Yeah. It's been a while since I took a big favorite like that as a 3-star pick.
But I wanted to get there with you. They were on my board yesterday, and I took them off. The Raiders' defense is good. It's a pretty good defense. Mm-hmm. That's really the only thing scaring me off.
I don't think they're scoring points, Mike.
That's the problem. They might not score any points. But I do respect them.
Another game, like I said before, this could be, I know I just said 31-10, but this could be a 10-7 game into the fourth, and the Ravens just, score a touchdown late and win by 10 points.
There you go.
Could be a gross matchup. Who knows? But the Ravens are going to win the football game, and it's going to be convincing.
They would be my pick on the if I had a survivor pool.
Oh, yeah.
I would take the Ravens this week. All right, Mike, 3-star pick.
Take the commies.
My 3-star pick for week 2 is the Detroit Lions minus 7.5. I never really go with big spreads like this. I never really take favorites like this, but we're going to take the favorite here. All the Lions do are cover. All they do is cover. Goff Indoors, last 4 seasons, 26-9 against the spread. The Bucks close as 4-point favorites versus the Commanders. This week, they're about to be 7-point favorites. Since 1990, we've only seen 4 teams win week 1 by 17-plus points and be 7-plus dogs in week 2. The Rams did it last year. Those teams are 1-3 against the spread, losing by an average of 17.5 points. I think it's a really weird line because
it's very weird.
It's a 7.5 point line against. This is a playoff matchup from last year. This is a Buccaneers team that didn't lose much from last season, right? I mean, the offensive coordinator's a lot, but they haven't really lost a lot of talent. And they just won big, and Baker looked good, and yet you're telling me this team's a 7.5 points worse than the Lions? I'm not buying it. They want you to take the Bucks. I'm not going to do it. I'll sit here and I'll take the Lions.
This is a ballsy 3-star.
It's very ballsy. It's very
because that line, like when I looked at that line, I was like, wow.
You want to take the Bucks?
They're giving exactly. So you're going against the green. You're going what Vegas doesn't want you to do, and you're taking the lines. It's ballsy, man. I like it. It's a lot of points.
They would also,
and I'm shocked that you did it because that difference in 6.5 and 7.5 is a big difference.
They want you on that. They want you on that 7.5.
They're all in. You're not giving in.
Also, these Shannon Sharp memes are gonna go crazy. This is really bad. This picture of him standing next to a girl. The face is covered, but he's got a Bills shirt on and she's got the Dolphins logo over her face. I mean, this is not going to be good. Crazy. All right, Jam, before we get out of here, let's give our touchdown parlay.
Yep.
I'll give my 2 first. The odds, I'll give you them right now. Plus 14.94. Mine, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, I got Derrick Henry in the blowout and Cooper Kupp. I said before that I think that my free pick would be over 47.5 in the Rams-Cardinals game. I mean, that game's going to be 34-31 or could even be more than that. It's just going to be a shootout.
There we go.
Like Cooper Kupp score a touchdown.
Plus 14.94. Ride that with us. We came close last week on the yards prop parlay.
Yeah.
Didn't hit. Mentioned before, Jake Ferguson. Screw you. But hope you're feeling better. So we'll take that. Jamar Chase, slow week, didn't score. And St. Brown didn't have a good game at all.
No.
And that's the other thing with the Lions.
And Harrison.
Right. The Lions didn't play well in that game. Like, they won the game, but they really didn't look efficient offensively. I think they're going to do that against the Bucs this week. All right, guys. That's going to do it. Week 2 NFL Gambling Show, recording on our phone because our camera's broken this week. So it's on my phone. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy these games, and we hope you all win some money.